Good evening, children. In the last class, we discussed about the characteristics of lifestyle in rural settlement. We discussed about the different activities of the people living in rural areas like agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, or poultry farming. Then we also discussed about the certain social rules and regulation and traditions followed by the people living in the rural areas. Then we also discuss about why majority of the people living in the villages are engaged in agriculture. Then the next we discussed was that the characteristics of lifestyle in urban settlement, that the lifestyle in urban settlement is more or is much better than the rural settlement because the mode of transport is good, they have better facilities, and along with that they also have better facilities for entertainment. Then we also discuss about urbanization process, that is the process in which a rural settlement transform itself into urban settlement. Then we also discuss about different towns and metropolis and megapolis. Today we shall discuss about different categories of town. Now, the history of evolution of towns in India is very old. Now, if we go back, like in the ancient period, we know that a very large civilization existed in India. That is the Indus Valley civilization, where we had two main towns, that is ancient towns, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So, on the basis of period of evolution, Indian towns can be divided into three categories: ancient towns, medieval towns, and modern towns. For example, ancient towns like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, or in fact Varanasi, Prayag, Puri, Madurai, they all fall in ancient towns. Then Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Agra, Nagpur are few examples of medieval town because they were built during the Mughal period or in the medieval period. Then we have the towns like Surat, Goa, Bombay, that is now called as Mumbai, or Madras, that is now called as Chennai, or Calcutta, that is now called as Kolkata, as modern towns which were built by British for administrative purpose. So whatever I have just said are the towns that is based on period of evolution. Then towns that are based on the cause of developments are administrative towns, commercial towns, industrial towns, tourist towns, educational towns, and so on. So we can divide towns. One is based on period of evolution, and the other one towns based on development and its functions. Now let's discuss about the major towns of Assam. Now we all know that Assam is an agricultural state or agrarian state because still now about 70% of the population in Assam are engaged in agriculture and other primary activities such as fishing or animal husbandry or poultry farming. But in the recent years, we have seen that the number of towns in Assam has gradually increased, and also their population, which has led to the creation of new districts and subdivisions. So overall, in total, in Assam, we have around 80 towns, that is full fledged towns which are being looked after by municipal administrations. Now, in Assam, Guwahati is the only town or the place that can be called as a city because it has a population over 1 lakh. But there are other towns in or places in Assam that has a population over 1 lakh, but at present only Guwahati can be called as city. And only in Guwahati we have the municipal corporation, whereas in other district or other towns we have municipal council or town area committee. For example, just take our own very own subdivision Titawur. Few years ago Titawur had town area committee, but since the population of Titawur has increased, now we have municipal council. Now Guwahati in Assam is the only city where we have the center for trade and commerce, in fact even education, and the entire administrative office or the entire administration work for the whole Assam is being carried out from Guwahati. We have also a very good medical or health service in Guwahati, and as well as a very good mode of transport and other entertainment service. Now if you look in page number 33, there is a map. Now you will see that majority of the towns in Assam are located in and around or near the river Brahmaputra, that which we call as the Brahmaputra Valley. We also have another one, that is Barak Valley, that is on the lower part. Now most of the towns here in and around the river Brahmaputra or in the Brahmaputra Valley had been created for administrative purpose, and as such majority of them are district or subdivisions. So as a result, all the towns that is in and around or located near the river Brahmaputra or in the Brahmaputra Valley are where trade and commerce, that is economic activities takes place. In fact, these are towns that which you can relate with educational, cultural and other activities. So as a result, or therefore, Guwahati, Tejpur, Jorhat, Dibrugarh, these are some towns worth mentioning which are either economic town or educational town or towns that deals with cultural activities. So basically a town that is located by the riverside has few advantages. That is that people living in and around a place that is located near the river, they have certain advantages like their occupation. Fishing can be the main occupation of the people living in and around the town river, or the river can be also used as a mode of transportation by setting up many river ports, and as a result we have many river ports in the river or at the bank of the river Brahmaputra. Then because of the river we can have adequate or enough amount of water for agricultural as well as for domestic purposes. So these are few advantages of the towns that are situated by the riverside. Now we shall discuss about the problems that arises because of towns. Now we know that population of a town grows rapidly, that is very quickly, and with the growing population in towns there arises certain problems, and it's quite natural because when a town is being set up or when a town is evolved, so there are many industries, firms, different service sectors which attracts the people from the neighboring areas or from the rural settlement to migrate to the towns, and as a result the population of the town increases. So more and more people come into the town, and thus the demand for land increases in the town. So because of more population, there becomes what? A problem such as scarcity of land, that is shortage of land. Then because of the growing population in town, what happens? Because it increases even the number of vehicles. So if the number of vehicles increases in a town, so it can create a huge traffic jams. So this is one another problem that is created in towns. Then people also construct their houses along the hill slopes or wetlands or natural drains. So what happens? During the monsoon season, it can lead to flash floods. Then towns also produce lots of garbages or waste products, and people in the town, sometimes I think you have experienced or seen these when you have visited towns, you see that a lot of garbages are being scattered just beside the road, and this can create a problem in the town. That is, dumping of garbage becomes a problem, and then it creates what? Diseases for the people living in the town. Then because of increasing population, the people living in the town also do not get sufficient amount of drinking water. So another problem in town is shortage of drinking water. Then as there are a lot of vehicles in the town, factories and industries that produce plenty of smokes, and this can harm the natural environment of the town. Thus, it is very important that a proper planning based on geographical environment of the town in advance to check such problems. Otherwise, if a town expands in an unplanned manner, then it will make it unsuitable for human being at some point of time. Hence, for better maintenance of urban environment, not only the residents or the people living in the town, but all other relevant departments should also remain alert so that they can make town or the place or a better place to live in for the people. So today we have discussed about different categories of town, that is town based on period of evolution, ancient, medieval and modern. Then town based on development and its function, that is administrative town, commercial town, industrial town, tourist town and so on. Then we also discuss about the major towns of Assam and where they are located. Then we also have discussed the advantages of towns that are located by the side of the river, which are that the people living by the side of the river or the towns that are situated by the side of the river have adequate amount of water for domestic and agricultural purpose. People living in those towns, they can engage in fishing, and as well as transportation can be done through river. Then we have also discussed about the problems that are being created in towns, that is because of overpopulation there is scarcity of land. Then with an increasing number of vehicles there can be traffic jams. Then dumping of garbages in the open areas in towns may also lead to diseases, and there can be shortage of water, as well as the smokes that are being emitted from factories and industries can also pollute the air in the town in that area. So this is all what we have learned in this chapter, settlement and its characteristics of rural and urban settlement. So this is where the chapter ends, and in the next class we shall be discussing about a new chapter, that is history, mercantilism and advent of European traders in India.